from the interviews, what popped up was this model that's called the Flourishing Student model, that basically looks like a flower. So it's well, basically it starts with, my background is linguistics and intercultural competence. So that's what I trained in, you know, sort of like helping business people to manage cultural differences and, you know, in business.
Right.
But one of the things that I noticed, so first of all, so this is what the model looks like. It's a flower.
So for those that are in the podcast, there's a flower and looks like about 10 petals or so. Yes, 10 petals, and on each petal there's another element there. Okay. And this is coming out of your the Flourishing Student book, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So this, from the Flourishing Student book, and this is the first notion. The first thing I noticed is that actually when young people arrive to university, we just assume that we're just going to plant them like any plant and they're just going to flourish in this new environment. And if the plant doesn't flourish, we just blame the plant. We just sort of say, right. You know?
Yeah, that's not just university. We do that K-12. The child's not doing well, there's something wrong with the child, clearly. Yeah, but go on.
And so so what I will start with the roots. So your roots are, you know, the culture iceberg or the culture tree. It's all those things like your roots and your beliefs and your values and your past experiences that you bring with you. They determine your mindset. So a flourishing student has much more what Dweck calls a growth mindset as opposed to a fixed mindset. The leaves are academic skills and life skills. So I'll give you an example, and we've got examples of that in How to Grow Grown Up as well. But students who are languishing, for example, will not be able to, you know,
problem solve,
cook for themselves, make their beds, you know, those things, or their skills, their time management skills, all of those things are less developed than the flourishing students.
Executive function, I'm guessing, would be part of that too, right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then at the top, what I discovered is that actually, yes, mental health is very important, but what flourishing students were talking about was also physical health. So, you know, sleep, really good sleep, no drugs, so not really taking drugs or drinking heavily. They also have had good social health, so good relationship and sense of connectedness. They were good at managing their emotional health. But I think for me, the most interesting one, because it's the one that's probably the underdog and the one least mentioned anywhere in education, is what I've labeled spiritual health.
Interesting.
Which is, and it can be two things, either a real sense of being part of something bigger, or it can be a very clear sense of, I know why I'm here and what my purpose is and my motivation.